Hello, my name is Matthew Sierra, and today I will be submitting the Module 2 for Electricity 221, and we are building our first circuit with resistors. I decided to print out the schematic to make it easier for me to reference with the breadboard. So hypothetically, the power will be on top and the negative will be on the bottom. So I don't have the 83 connected right now, but I'm just setting it up in order to facilitate the process for the future. So the problem says we'll do 12 volts DC, but we know that we have to change it to 4 volts DC. And so I want to start my way from positive and go around back to the negative. So the first resistor I want to focus on is R1. Now when choosing the R1, we see that it's supposed to be 1K ohms right here. So when looking at the resistor graph, I want to start off with brown since it's 1. The second digit is going to be 0. So it'll be brown, black. The third band will be the multiplier, so I'd have to multiply it by 10 to the second power to make 1,000. So it'd be red. And the fourth color can be the tolerance. So when looking through the resistor box, I found the black, or the brown, black, red, gold to be the 1K resistor with the plus or minus 5% tolerance. So I'll start by using this on the breadboard. Now I've got the 1K resistor plugged in. Now next I want to do the R2, which is 10K. And if we look at the resistor, it's going to be brown, black, then the multiplier will change to 10 to the third to make 10K, and the tolerance can be 5%. So here it is, and now I have to plug that in to the breadboard. I have the 10K resistor in, and now I have to find R3, which is a 1.5K, and that would be brown, green, and then red. And I have that here, but I'm not going to connect it. I'm going to connect it here, but it won't end up in the same column because that would make it parallel to R2. So here you can see R3 starts off in the same column, but it ends up in a different column. And that's because R2 and R3 split up here. So now R4 and R5 will both be parallel. So they'll be parallel, but they will go off of this column because they will start here and they will stay in the same column following R3. So now we could see R4 and R5 are parallel and they come off of R3. just like our picture. So now the last one left is R6, which is 3.3, and then we finish it off with a ground. And there is no 3.3 resistor, so our professor recommended we use a 2.2 in series with a 1K to get a 3.2K instead of the 3.3K. So here's the 2.2K in series with the 1K to make 3.2K, and I added the negative or the ground to the top, and I jumped it to the second half of the board, and then from the negative I added the ground to the end of what would be R6. And that concludes the breadboard assignment for Module 2. I also went back and realized that R2 wasn't connected to R6, so I jumped it